So thankfully, it's not been well. First of all, is everybody leveled up
Yeah.
to 9?
Level 15, right?
9BB.
Oh,
Level
he said
23, I thought.
19.
Oh, yeah,
19.
19.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
900.
At first, I was like, yeah, it's fun to give you guys level ups. And then I realized, because I had made all these mountain encounters way, way, way back when. And I was like, oh, these were all designed for level 6 characters. Got
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, so thankfully, it wasn't too much to tweak for a lot of this stuff. Like for the Cyclops, I think I ended up, I threw in another full one. And then, was there 3? I think I threw in like one that was a little wimpier.
We noticed.
No, it was
you
just
threw
2.
in
Oh no, there
more.
was 3. I figure I mean, it still made sense, right? You know, you got some Cyclopses on the run. But anyways, thankfully it's not been too long since our last session. But the last time this group got together, you guys had tracked a small group of Cyclops to a rather large cave, thanks to your newfound guide, maybe friend, Will Starspur.
Okay.
That's me
It
tipping my
wasn't
cowboy hat.
exactly how it went as you guys thought. You know, you thought you were going to go in a little sneaky, and it started out that way, and then quickly turned into just an all-out brawl as usual. But the group once again has came out on top. They are recuperating in the Thut after slaying 3 Cyclops. There are 4 dead Cyclops one's at the entrance of the cave, but there's 3 others in the cave with you guys. It is still, depending on how you guys want to do this, it's still early, you know, it's like 11 a.m. You guys have definitely short rested, and depending on what you guys want to do, potentially we'll get a long rest. It's up to you guys. But the weather is starting to take a turn for the worst, especially even from the cave entrance. You can kind of see some of the snow starting to come in a little heavier. But just keep in mind, because I don't think anybody else does it, but
come on,
I didn't even hear what you said.
No, sorry. I am just ignore me. Go ahead.
One long rest for 24 hours. So you guys just long rested this morning, and it's still 11 a.m. So you guys have the day in front of you. The weather's starting to get a little worse, but you still have a Thut for another solid, I don't know how long it is. If it's 8 hours, then you have another 7.5 to go. But
Did you say we get our level up then if we didn't do a long rest?
yeah, I'm gonna quit doing that because I always give you guys level ups before like you get to a long rest. But yes, you guys get your level up so you can get to full health and all that good stuff. I'll give it to you.
Because I went to do my level up and realized I was at 2 health.
Yeah, Star kind of got the tar beat out of him last match between the boulders and the clubs.
He hit by a bunch of shit. And I was also 1 level under.
It's relatively warm still inside the Thut. Even in the cave, you're shielded from most of the elements. You're still on top of a snowy mountain, so it's still quite cold. But the floor is yours, Sparty.
Brother, I am chilled here.
You have a brother?
No.
Please, no more Yarus.
Yeah, right.
So should we step out of Fortress Thut and see what's going on since we last went in here?
Okay. Why don't you go and investigate? I'll stay here in the Thut.
I will go with Will.
Okay, yeah, I'm just, I don't know what that was, but I'm just gonna go ahead and go.
Okay, so you guys exit the Thut. There's starting to be a little bit of snow that's breezing in through the cave entrance closest to you. Somebody had light or some sort of light ability cast on them. Well, I don't remember what the duration was, but I assume that was
Definitely
kind of a
would have been
combat
gone.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Will, you can see, especially as long as you stay up here towards the entrance, but the deeper into the cave you go, sort of by where you're at now, by the bodies, you can see, but it's real hard. You kind of have to get nice up and close to make out any details.
Does anybody Does anybody see my token? Am I logged in right?
I don't
you
see
got
it.
2. Did you drag? What are
Um,
you doing? There's 3 of you here.
I don't see any of you.
I see you. You don't see me?
No, I see you. I don't see Will.
Yeah, I
Oh.
see us here.
Mr. Star
If
Spur.
I pull one more Mr. Starspur up by the cave entrance, do you guys see that one?
Nope.
No.
Negative.
What
Is
going
the
on?
permission set to players?
That's what
Yeah.
I'm looking at.
Is he on the GM layer?
Player permissions C. Now can you see him?
Nope.
Is he underneath the big dude?
Yeah, he could be under.
No, he's over at the entrance. So right to the left of where I'm pinging is where
Nope.
I just drag
Nope.
and drop.
Not there.
Negative.
What the heck?
I don't see anything. I see Stark there.
It's because you
Peter,
just moved him there.
did you put on an invisibility spell?
Yeah, I forgot to tell you guys. My race is actually just Invisible Man.
Seems
Wait, so what you're telling me is you're
seems
naked
against-
right now.
seems against the rules.
Betcha.
Okay, well, hopefully in the next map you see him, or I mean, this is pretty much you guys can still see everything. So let's just theater the mind it for now. We'll hopefully you'll see him later on.
Have we investigated this cave already?
Once
I-
before, but we thudded, and then some time passed, and now
You,
we're
I think you mentioned it. I'm not sure if we actually did the rolls and everything though. I think we kind of just said, yeah, I'm pretty sure combat was kind of what we ended on, including the thud. So
Okay.
for all intents and purposes, you have not investigated the cave.
Okay. So yeah, let's explore what we can see in the cave since neither of us
gotta get
have
rid of
dark
these.
vision.
You can see your token, right, Peter?
no,
You can't see your token.
no. That's why I brought it up in the first place.
Okay, well, that's probably going to be a problem later on, but let's just theater the mind it for now. Okay, so what are you investigating, Will?
Um,
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Does he get advantage on any stealth check since he's not visible on the game board?
It's not a bad idea. Edit. What are you investigating, Will?
I just want to see if from the entrance right here, if there's any signs of commotion.
What
Or
your
movement.
yippee eyes see?
Exactly. Just investigating this front entrance where we, around
Okay,
where we
sure.
started.
I'm gonna check, see if there's any new tracks that are not ours or newer than ours when we came in.
Okay, back at the entrance a little bit.
Yep.
Excuse me. So you guys, after warming up a little bit inside the Thut, both exit the Thut to the chilly air that's kind of almost funneling in. And it almost looks like for a second, like the Cyclops corpse is twitching a little bit. And as you kind of come around the corner, you can already see, it's only been 10, 15 minutes that you guys were resting. You can already see a shaggy looking wolf, familiar wolf that's starting to already kind of gnaw on one of the biceps of the Cyclops, whose arm is outside the cave here.
Didn't we
Little pun seeing
eat that
you.
thing?
Yes, you
Okay.
did quite a bit, a couple days ago, but it was following you for a while. You guys kind of threw it a bone and it ran off for a little bit, but apparently seems to be following you. But upon you guys kind of coming around the corner too, it kind of gets in a low stance and lets out a low growl.
I am going to put my hands out and do my best animal handling roll, whatever that would be, to like calm it down. Like, hey, whoa, buddy, we just got you
Okay.
some food.
I'm gonna cock my gun and kind of just hold it up and say, I have plan B ready.
Okay.
I'll just put my
I
hand out
want-
to stop him.
You make an animal handling check, Roki, and I want you to make an intimidation check with disadvantage, Will. Because it doesn't know what a gun is and it can understand you. But you never know.
Not a good start to the night.
7, 6, and a 7.
That's too bad.
Okay, so you, as soon as it was that sudden movement, you raised kind of arms and wings both together to kind of just whoa sort of thing, and it jumps over the body and kind of it doesn't lunge at you guys, but it kind of is testing the waters a little bit. Like it charges at you for a second to see how you react, and then is protecting its catch. Is now on the other side. Do I have a wolf token? I probably do somewhere. And is now between you and the Cyclops, and the growl is starting to build in its chest.
Which Cyclops is it at?
This one, the one that's out by the entrance. I'm looking for a wolf token that I surely. Okay, here's a dire wolf that we can
So
use.
I'm gonna put my hand on Will and kind of like slowly back up and like, all right, Will, I'm pretty sure there's another exit. We can take that one. Let's leave this guy alone.
I mean, wolf pelts are pretty, pretty penny. That's some money that could be in our
The wolf
pocket.
takes another step forward.
Okay, let's
So
go.
low and crouch.
Yeah, I'm slowly backing us up. Like I'm taking
Okay.
us a few steps as we talk, I guess.
Okay. Well, what are you doing? Are you backing up too?
I'm looking at Roki, and so he's gonna take steps back, and I'm just like, oh, that's weird, and I'm just gonna walk like I'm talking with him.
Okay. I mean, it really only takes 2 or 3 steps before he stops like advancing on you guys and holds his ground. If you continue to back up, he's just going to kind of watch you guys for the moment. Stopped
Yeah.
growling, but it's still in a defensive position.
I would probably start heading towards like where the campfire area is at. The other
Okay.
half of the cave.
Sure.
I'm gonna go back to the thought.
Okay. So Will kind of skirts the sight line of the ragged looking wolf. Roki makes his way over to the eastern side of the cave that you guys so far haven't really explored. Do you have dark vision, Roki?
Nope.
What,
We're
Okay.
relying on that entrance over there.
Thankfully,
Arcana? or
yeah,
whatever their name
you
is?
do have there is, wait, where are you saying, G? Or
I'm surprised his race doesn't have dark vision.
Nope.
well, they can fly, so they're
Well.
fine.
Yeah.
So thankfully, there's still like the light from the entrance is enough for you. You can kind of see some coals that have been dying down, and it's honestly it's almost like a bonfire. There's a couple logs that are put up, kind of stacked, and quite a few coals that are starting to die out. You see. They're not even like sewn together or anything, but you just see a bunch of pelts that are thrown on the ground that are kind of making a makeshift sort of bedroll for what you assume is the Cyclops.
Wolf pelts.
Assorted pelts, we'll say. Not
Assorted.
all wolf pelts. Maybe. Yeah, I'm just going to give it to you. Assorted pelts. There's a couple there. You can tell there's a couple different fur types in there.
That's fine. Yeah.
Or coats.
No creatures or anything moving.
Nope, not really. You can kind of see, it's pretty meager, it's just the bedrolls and the fire really.
Okay. I'm gonna look around like the fire and the bedroll, see if there's any kind of stash or anything beyond.
Make
Nothing.
Are you digging through kind of the bedrolls? Are you just kind of looking
Yep,
around
I'll
at
be
the rest
I'll
of
be
the cave?
physically looking through stuff,
Okay.
so probably an
So
investigation.
make a investigation check. Yeah, I'm going to be mean with disadvantage
Okay,
Oof.
just because of the light as well. You are physically doing it.
sure. Okay.
Doesn't matter. 15. Well, let me look. So you start, and that's when you notice that it's really just overlapping pieces that aren't attached to each other at all. So you pull one pelt really, and it comes flying off. They've all just kind of been laid over each other a little bit.
I'll like throw them back and say, well, here's your pelt, Will, and then kind of pause like, oh, he didn't follow me. Okay.
There's really not much to see. You can kind of see like a little, well, it's not a small pile, but like a pile of boulders over by kind of tucked here in the corner next to one of the bedrolls. There's also at first you just mistake it for another tree trunk, like some sort of kindling they were going to throw on the fire, but this is rounded on one end and kind of tapered on the other. But it's like two pieces that have been snapped in half, and it looks like one of the clubs of these Cyclops, but just completely split in half.
Okay. I will go investigate
Would
the
you
rocks.
roll a 15?
15, yeah.
15. Making a nature or intelligence check for me. Just a straight check.
Nature. Yeah, okay.
10. Whatever split the club in two didn't happen over time, wear and tear, that sort of thing. Something pretty violent must have happened to this club, because it's a sturdy piece of wood that was all one piece. For it to get split in two like it was, this must have been pretty violent.
Okay. Noted. Well, how about those rocks? I'm gonna go check out the rocks. Rock
Okay.
pile.
Really, it's just a giant pile of rocks, and these rocks, like, you go to try to lift one of them, it really doesn't budge. But this is about the same size, because I imagine you would have seen them, about the size that Stark got smoked with. And you can kind of reason through the fact that this was their stockpile, basically.
Their artillery.
Yeah, their artillery in case they were attacked from this side of the cave, which they weren't.
Gotcha. Okay. And that's all I really see here then?
Yeah, it's pretty, you kind of follow the cave back in a little bit, and you think you see the start of like a passage, but it only goes a couple feet before getting blocked off, and there's really nothing much else here.
Okay, I'll head back to the group.
Okay.
So I didn't find much. It does look like they were fighting something that broke one of their weapons. So there's something else these guys were fighting that is large and possibly in charge.
What, like a bear?
Maybe like a big bear.
It's probably what so sorry. Correct me if I'm wrong. One of them was already dead when we got to the cave, right?
Correct.
Yeah, Will attempted to bind one immediately and realized, oh crap, this thing's dead, and then combat started.
Okay. Because I wasn't here for that session. I was only here for the combat one. Well, that's probably what killed their friend then.
Probably.
That's probably why they were so defensive when we approached.
Ah, that makes sense. That does make sense.
We probably could go check out that one, right? He's one of the ones down by that group of three.
It would have been, let me just remove this.
It's
So the one that
unmarked,
was
right?
actually dead originally is this one right here.
Yeah, can we like search it for it, like see if we can determine what its wounds are
I also
or
am
anything
gonna
like that?
relay to the group that there's that wolf out at the entrance and to avoid him,
Okay.
let him eat.
So as you passed back to the group, Roki, he's already completely enamored back with his corpse that he's eating. All right, so whoever wants to can roll investigation, medicine, nature, not persuasion, perception, or survival as far as what they're trying to determine with the dead Cyclops. I think all of those could be applicable.
I'll do investigation check. See if I can figure anything out.
If there's something, if you have something in particular you're trying to find, let me know.
I guess first I want to see like what if there are visible wounds on it.
Okay.
And then maybe from there look into them a bit more, see if we can determine what may have caused them or like what type of wound it is. Oh shit, that's with advantage.
15. Well, it's not hard to, from the moment you, especially with an investigation, you are, you're inspecting the wounds, you're kind of poking, seeing how deep the wounds are, that sort of thing. And it's missing a leg below like mid shin. its entire abdomen has been rended open, and obviously the blood and everything has congealed by now, but like half the intestines are kind of hanging out. Its jaw, you can tell, is something's gone. Either it's broken, it's dislocated, it's all kind of offset to one side. And to do something to this size, right? Because like a Cyclops, I don't remember how tall they are, but they're like, you guys were coming up to mid thigh to like waist on these guys. They're huge.
Right, they're big
To do
boys.
to beat the tar out of something this big had to be pretty brutal.
When you say its stomach or its abdomen has been torn open, is it like a small cut, or is it like from side to side?
Sure. So 13, well, it's not hard to see. It's multiple incisions, but I mean, it looks like some sort of claw has swiped left, swiped right, and just made it a disaster of the whole thing.
So he has confetti for a belly.
Pretty much, yes.
Got
With
it.
the 17, sure, we'll let Yaru kind of peek around the corner with his dark vision. What would, I mean, 17. Stark's
I want to
got
see
the
what kind
upper
of energy
torso.
he's putting out.
Okay.
God.
Well, there's not a whole lot of energy left.
No, I
to
mean,
be
like,
fair.
is it like he large? Was he large and in charge? Like, what do I think?
Oh, like the Cyclops?
No, not like that. You all
Oh.
have dirty minds.
Oh no, I wasn't thinking anything weird.
No, like
I can't believe
Peter
we're going
was.
back to. Yeah.
I was not, for the record, I was not bringing us back there. No, I mean, like, was like he an alpha? Was he like
Yeah,
more
sure.
of the sub? Like, not really out
Sure.
there, more kept to himself. Like,
From what you can tell of a dead body, physically he is the largest. Physically, he's the largest. Yeah, I mean, it's a dead body. I'm not, and just looking at him, I can't give you a ton of information there. But as far as the 4 that you have encountered, he's about the runt, the smallest one, comes up to about his shoulder, and well, you would guess, I suppose. But he's the largest physically of the 4 Cyclops. I'll give you that.
Okay.
Roki, if you'd like to make, I listed off a bunch: medicine, survival, perception, investigation, nature, medicine, anything. if you're trying-
Acrobatics?
I mean, if you want to do a backflip over the guy, sure.
I will do survival.
Do you have anything in particular in mind you're trying to
No.
get from this guy? Okay.
I mean, I would just like to find out what killed him, basically. That's
Okay.
all I'm really looking for.
Okay. Did you hear when I was talking about Stark and what he had found?
Got spilled out and all that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 17. You focus on the shin, the missing leg a little more than anybody else has, mostly because like the jagged bone is like bigger than your leg, just the bone, not the meat even surrounding it. And you're just thinking to yourself, what could have snapped the leg off of something of this size?
Dragon.
And if that's what Roki thinks, then great. But
Bear.
definitely
It's a big bear.
How big
with
is
the
this bear?
17, like it
Big.
had to be something with some pretty massive jaws to do that.
Does a 17 make me think it could be a dragon? Would
The
it? Okay, let's
dragons-
say this.
Ooh.
Would I think it's more of a bear or a dragon with a 17?
Oh, a dragon. Like a bear would just barely be able to get its jaws around like the lower,
But-
like the calf of this thing.
But a big bear.
Like a big bear, that's
Dire bear.
Yeah. I mean, like a dire bear.
Dire bear.
If this was the dire of all dire bears, sure.
I'm gonna
Direst.
kind of
The direst of
I'm gonna-
bears.
elbow Yara and just go. I'm telling you, it's a big bear.
I
Yara
shook my head.
looks.
Dragon.
Yara looks between Will and Roki, and he just goes, "I'm with Birdman."
Who the hell is Birdman?
I literally just pointed at him. Are you
I
stupid?
raise my hand slowly.
I mean, that's a little. Is that derogatory?
I know. I'm doing an insight check.
I'm not.
trying to figure
I'm not
out if
asking
you're
Yaru.
stupid.
I'm not asking Yaru.
You get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Will's not insulted that I insinuated he might not be all there in the IQ department.
You're talking to Will?
Yeah. That was Yaru talking to Will.
Yeah, this is Will's response. Birdman, eh? I don't like that. Birdman.
And there it is. Anyway, I think we might be looking out for and I look at Will, dragon.
I elbow Will.
Ah.
I elbow Will. Dragon.
I'll point to the shredded stomach and say, "Dragon."
We all look at Torvar and he nods, dragon.
Yes.
What if it's a bear dragon, Yaru?
Yaru pretends to contemplate. And then he turns to Torvar and says, "I want to congratulate you.
Not
it's
being
a
the
rude
dumbest
bear.
person.
You're no
in the
longer
party
the
anymore.
dumbest member of the party." Torvar looks like he's trying to decide between whether he's offended or, strangely pleased. He's
What,
not
you
really
never-
sure.
You never seen a bear dragon, Yaru?
I prefer to keep it that way.
Again,
Fair enough.
I'm with that guy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So what do we do now?
We roll really well on our survival check to track it.
We're gonna track this thing?
I mean, that
that's
seems
what
like a
we're here.
bad idea. Is it really why we're here?
What did we come up to the mountain for anyway?
That
Yeah.
Yes, reminder, bad things have been getting pushed off the mountain. You guys
Oh.
are seeking an audience with the leader of Goal, and the second in command is
Oh,
basically
okay, so
said,
we have to go
you
fight
guys
the
are a bunch
dragon.
of strangers.
Okay. Wow.
You
Yeah.
earn our trust.
I forgot
So
why
go
we were
do
here.
this for us.
It's
Yeah.
been so long.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm lucky. I barely remember your character's name. It's only because you updated your Zoom name that I remembered your name.
I noticed.
I
And
suppose a bear wouldn't have the desire to. Yeah, never mind.
No, please continue. I want to hear this.
No, just thinking about bear
Well,
balls.
his loincloth is made. There does seem to be some sort of like the crotch area is like the bear head and
What?
fangs thing right there. He's wearing
That's a-
bear garment.
It's a pretty
gotta-
cool style choice.
Oh, by the way, Will, there's a whole set of pelts over there by the fire if you want wolf pelts.
Now you're talking my language, and Will's gonna go saunter over.
Some sauntering. Orvar's
Yeah.
gonna follow
And
him.
you'll see the same thing. Okay. You guys head to the east side of the cave, see the same thing Roki did, the fire that's basically all but died out at this point, the small artillery pile, as well as two bed rolls made of that have kind of been thrown around at this point, but two bed rolls basically made of multiple pellets. They've been just kind of laid over one another.
Can I? Is there anything on the walls? Can I roll either perception or investigation to check out the?
Sure. Perception with disadvantages. This is quite dark in here.
It'll be fine.
Hmm. Okay.
Um,
Roll really well here, Peter.
wait,
You
hold
have
on.
to
I
go
have
about-
dark vision. I have dark vision.
Come on, man.
All right, roll perception as well, sir. Just a straight roll.
Oh, that was a nat 20. Dang, that sucks.
You rolled a nat 20 with the, oh yeah. Okay. So you take your eyes off of the ground and kind of look along the uneven surface of the wall. and don't see a whole lot. I mean, it seems like this cave was probably more of just a both of you. This is, you know, even with the 12 perception, Yaru. Uh, this was a pit stop, a rest stop. This isn't any sort of home base for them. So you don't see any sort of scrawlings or writings or cavemen drawings on the wall.
Okay, I'm gonna try to gather up as many pelts as I can, and I'd like to try to make sort of a
Oh, that's a good idea. Can we
thrown
make,
together heavy coat, winter coat.
yeah, can we like bundle up with all this junk?
Okay, so
Great idea.
do you have any way of binding these pelts to you?
Yeah, we got rope in our packs. Everyone has rope, right?
Yep.
So explain to me. I'm all for this, but I need a common sense way of binding these loose pelts to your body
Okay.
that will stick on a
First,
mountain.
we take
Or,
the
you
rope,
know what I'm saying.
we cut it into lengths, okay? Length probably about, I don't know, a foot each or maybe less, maybe half a foot. We'll go half a foot. And then first, I'm going to put one over my shoulders, okay?
Okay.
Or actually, yeah, I'm going to put one around my waist. I'm going to tie it kind of like a kimono sort of thing. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to put one over my shoulders and I'm going to tie it. I'm going to put two ropes like in an X. I'm going to tie it basically over my shoulder. Okay. Then I'm going to take
Okay.
another pelt. I'm going to cut it and I'm going to put it around my legs and I'm going to tie it at every 2 inches. I'm going to tie it with rope tightly. Maybe I'll wind it. Maybe I'll wind some rope around it.
That sounds like you're getting a rope armor.
So I was gonna say, how are you getting the rope to attach itself to the pelt?
Can I?
Like, are you just doing pelt and then wrapping rope around?
Not
your arm?
wrapping, tying.
Okay.
Okay,
So, but you're still okay.
I'm just gonna layer them on top of each other, basically, and have like
Okay.
5 or 6 pelts, and then just wrap myself in it.
You
Okay.
just carry it like a cloak everywhere.
Yeah, basically cloak it up.
We do 2,
So I feel
I'm-
like my
6.
character would have a lot more experience with this. It would be more knowledgeable than me as a person.
Yeah, let's roll for this too. So let's I want this will be for the whole thing, Yaru. Make a sleight of hand check to get the rope to attach to just to do everything.
So
Let's see what we got.
what exactly are y'all trying to do with this fur?
Make
Cover
a
up.
warmer suit so that way we don't like get frozen to death.
Got it.
You're
Can
not
I-
exactly a give me 1 second here. You're not exactly a tailor. But it costs you between mistakes and, you know, maybe some design flaws, it's going to cost you about 35 feet of rope. So make sure you subtract that from, if you have like, because usually I think everybody gets like 50 feet of rope. Make sure you subtract that from your actual inventory. But you manage, especially the big areas, you know, you've got the torso covered. You've
I
got
have
the,
bad news.
I've got hempen rope, but I don't have the length for it.
But I have winter gear in my.
right. So you guys already have pellets
Okay,
that you
okay.
This
got
is on top of
originally.
those because it's getting colder than what we expected.
So can I buy 35 feet of rope off of Roki?
You don't have rope?
No.
Whoa, I'm insulted you wouldn't go to me
So
first.
if we
I
already
know I've
have
known Roki
snow
longer.
stuff, why do we need pelts? Just for additional warmth?
Yes.
More
And
warm.
style.
It's still really cold. We're
50
we're-
feet of hempen rope is standard in a pack. So that's
50,
if you have a
okay.
pack, that's what it should be.
Well, I have
Yeah,
one.
I'll
My
write
pack
it
didn't
down.
come with rope.
What pack did you
Mm.
get?
The Entertainers pack.
That would
Makes
explain
sense.
it. That
Fair
would
enough.
explain it.
I'm gonna lend my rope to Yaru, and I'm gonna take the biggest one I can find, and I'm just gonna cut a hole right in the middle of it to where I can just put my head through it.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah. So
Poncho pelt.
what
Poncho belt.
what kind of tools would be needed for creating these?
It depends what you're trying to do. So like for Will's purposes, as long as you have something with a pointy end, a dagger, a sword, it's possible to just cut right down the middle. If you're trying to do something a little more intricate, like what Yaru attempted, any sort of like,
I mean, I was
I don't know,
largely
sewing kit
successful,
isn't right, but yeah, you still did what you wanted to do. It just cost you a little more rope than you probably
which probably
would
would be what would like that's exactly how it would go if I tried to do that in real life.
Yeah. So
Say, because I have Tinker's
Will-
tools.
okay,
if
Will,
those
make
are
sure you
applicable.
subtract that rope. So you've got 15 feet left.
I didn't. Oh, you mean the rope I gave to Yaru?
Yes, you've got 15 feet left.
I'm just gonna
Uh,
give him the whole thing, all 50 feet.
Sure. Roki, what were you trying to do?
So I'm gonna take like 5 pellets or something and put them on top of each other, and then probably like cut holes in each of the 4 corners, and then just like take a small piece of rope and like tie that together. So that way it's
Okay.
basically 5 thick, and then just wrapping myself in it like a cloak.
Okay. Go ahead and still make a sleight of hand check for me.
Torvar's gonna find one with the head still on it, and he's just gonna put it over his head.
He takes the one. He takes that off of the dead Cyclops, the one that's basically already been made.
The one that was on
works.
his crotch.
What does Torvar care?
Okay.
Oh, what a terrible
What are
roll!
these guys?
Yep.
Roki, like you, what are these guys doing? Why is Yaru taking 8 different pelts and all tying them individually? Why not just cut a hole in the 4 quarters?
I
Oh
use
shoot, that tore a little bit. Let me, maybe we just need to cut a little farther in. Oh, that tore too.
why use much rope when small rope do trick?
Can I
You
like
get-
help with my Tinkerer's tools at all? Is that like a possibility?
I mean,
Tinker's tool. What's included with Tinker's tools?
I feel like
Tinker's
those are more
tool-
like
it-
mechanical.
It
Yeah.
is a tool.
carpenter's tools or there's
Pursue
tanning tools.
craft or
Tanning tools.
trade.
What?
I don't think there's
It doesn't
tanning
really
tools.
say what sort of craft or trade. So what's Stark's trade? What is his craft? What do you enjoy crafting or trading, Stark? Is it metallurgy, right? Because you're like an armorer. Is it blacksmithing? Is it?
It's for
tailoring? You know?
pelts, of course.
Of course.
So
Wow.
I have smith tools as well. And
Okay.
that's what I would be using for my blacksmithing stuff, but this would be for more like leather working.
Okay.
But I don't like, because I don't think there's. I'm trying to find it, and I cannot find Artificer 5e. I don't have my books near me, so I'm.
Are you lending them or are you helping Roki?
Help because you
this.
need proficiency to use them.
Okay.
What kind of tools do you have?
It just says Tinkerer's tools.
Okay. So make
But
a
I
dex
can't like
check
I'm
with-
trying to
are
look
you
and I can't
proficient in
find
any-
anything for them, and it's really bothering me.
Are you
Tinker's
proficient in
tools.
any dexterity related skill checks, Stark?
Sleight of hand, yes.
Yeah. Well, okay, perfect. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check. Then.
Who's he helping? Is he helping Yaru or
Roki?
Helping Roki because he keeps ripping his shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Roki
so-
needs help.
Roki, you started on a quarter, you made the incision, and then when you went to bring the hemp and rope through, it the hole wasn't wide enough and it split, it tore. So you thought, oh crap, well let me just cut in a little farther more. You do that about 3 times and just don't get it quite right each of those times. So now you have like a whole V on one corner that's just kind of flapping in the wind a little bit before Stark kind of steps in and helps. With the 14, Roki, you're able to get enough together to cover, like you get all the main areas, right? You get the nape of the neck, you get all your torso, the a little bit around the thighs too. So you are warmer than you would have been otherwise.
Thank you, Stark. I would have had it though. It would have been fine.
I believe
Yeah,
you. I
you
just
see-
figured we'd get it moving along a little bit quicker.
Stark sees Yaru like going like and like behind Roki. Like, oh okay, yeah, you had it.
I'll just I'll see that and not do anything with it.
Torvar chooses this moment to appear with the, the thing on his head. And Yara looks at him, and then he looks over his shoulder at the dead ogre, now naked, and then he looks back at Torvar, and then he just shakes his head.
Yeah, so Torvar now has it's basically just like a little strap on either side at the shoulders, but in the front and the back is in the back is just sort of like the two back paws and kind of the tail end of the bear, and then the front is the neck, is the head, is the ears, the front paws, covering his torso now.
I mean, arguably Torvar was the smartest one here.
Probably.
The work was already done for
The
him.
work was already done.
Stark, are you grabbing
All these
any pelts, or are
imbeciles
you
out
happy in
here.
your armor?
Sure, I'll grab a few. I'll just throw them in my bag for now.
Okay.
I figure if anything, I'll
Okay.
just stuff them in my armor when I need them.
Roki asked me if he needs any help with getting that working.
I'll tell him I don't think I'll wear them now, but I appreciate the offer.
Well, let me know if you need some help.
Will do.
This is what Yara's doing in the background.
Okay. You guys are all bundled up. It basically took every one of those pelts that was turned into a bedroll, but you guys made it work. Okay, so Roki rolled a 6, 14. Subtract 20 feet of rope, Roki, from your 50 feet of hempen rope, please.
How much did you say?
20 feet.
Okay.
That's what you had to use. It basically, I mean, it's usable, but you cut them into small segments, so they're essentially unusable,
Sure.
depending. If you want them, by all means, like later on, you can take them.
How
just between-
short? Or how, yeah, like 'cause
So
if it's short
you
enough for
kind of
like
how you described it, you did like 2 3-foot pieces, or you did not 2 3-foot pieces, but 2 or 3-foot pieces, and you made a couple mistakes, that sort of thing.
yeah, that'd be enough. Like it'd be enough, like basically to tie someone's like hands and feet up.
Okay, so
As
yeah,
like a
so just
binding.
make sure when you're done with your fur cloak that you differentiate that those are shorter pieces of rope.
Okay.
Probably won't matter, but you never know. So. Okay, the group's all bundled up. Still, I mean, this was kind of craft time, so we'll say it took, it's afternoon definitely, but all said and done, maybe hour and a half to get through things. Still quite a bit of daylight left.
Should we get after this dragon or what?
Yeah, we got to.
You mean
Sure.
this bear?
Hey,
Dragon-
don't you don't
Dragon
want to
bear.
don't invoke the dragon bear, man.
The
Uh,
dragon bear.
That's the last thing we need.
Any suggestions on where to go? Up,
I
basically.
guess just
Important
up,
to-
yeah.
Important to note that it's been like it's beyond just snow falling at this time. It's starting to flurry a little bit too, and even like the brief footsteps that you guys made at the beginning of the cave have already been snowed under. Essentially, your footsteps have been wiped away.
Can I do like some kind of survival check to see if it'd be like bad news to go out on something like this?
Okay, to get it. Okay, yeah, yeah. Make a nature check.
Okay. I was hoping for survival.
Oh, uh,
I will go with nature. Should have
Wow.
gone with survival.
Better than your last.
yeah. I think nature's more applicable here, just because you're trying to gauge the weather more than anything
Yeah,
else. I
but
feel
if we
like.
could survive in the weather
like
like this,
Torvar is going
that's
to.
what I'm thinking.
Torvar also wants to check and see if he thinks
Like
it's
to see
dangerous.
if it'd be a bad idea for us to go out in weather like this.
Uh,
So it's less about what the weather is and more if I think we could survive in the weather like this.
No, let you roll survival. You already rolled, so we'll take basically, I'll consider both.
Okay.
But yeah, you can roll survival, and Torvar can also roll.
survival or nature?
What are you attempting to gain from, or what are you attempting to do?
I'm trying to see if I think it's really cold.
All right, make a nature check.
Still better.
14. America's tits. Is it cold in here?
Yeah, Torvar turns to
Anybody? No?
the group and says, Guys, I think it's really cold."
I kind of like look at the pelt on me, like, yeah, that's what these are for.
Do I
I mean,
think
it's the same.
do I
Go
think
ahead.
it's too cold, or do I think it's fine?
Are we
Before
sure? Are we sure we want to leave now when it's like already midday? Because I feel like if we get caught out at night in a blizzard, we die.
Yaru taps him and says, "Don't worry, that's on standby."
I
Yeah,
have
I've-
no faith in that thing keeping us warm.
It is though.
It will.
It is.
We were just in it for like last hour. I mean, we were warm.
Will remembers that when you enter the thut, that it is basically climate controlled inside.
Okay. All right. We're gonna walk
With
into
a
the hut.
14, well, Torvar will probably make it, but maybe some of these other guys, I don't know.
Torvar turns to the group and says, "It's really fucking cold."
I'm pretty sure with my check, I think it would be fine. It should be all right. We should be fine.
Torvar's
Can't
like,
be that
"All right, let's go.
Okay.
I'll see you all on the other side."
You guys do a wide berth of the wolf that is, he's almost got one of the arms. He's down to the bone, but it's still attached. But he's having himself a feast. But you guys kind of go out that northeastern side. Whoever's leading the charge can go ahead and make a survival check with well, now that you're kind of braving the cold, everybody make a constitution check.
These pelts don't help with that at all.
That
Or-
I'm factoring that into the DC.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Say that again. A what?
Constitution saving throw. Yes, what
Sorry,
they do.
that was
No,
actually
no. You did the right thing. You did the right thing.
well, that's actually Yaru. I forgot to change it.
Oh, okay.
This next one is Torvar.
Woo!
Are you kidding me?
Wait, Will, did you are you putting pelt? Did you do your pelt thing?
Yeah.
What did you? How are you putting pelts on your person?
I just cut a hole in the
Oh,
top,
that's right. Sorry.
Poncho.
and it was not good
It's
enough.
not
You're wearing a
pelt.
poncho.
Nope.
The poncho pelt doesn't do a whole lot
Poncho
for the
pelt.
breeze that just gets up right underneath, huh?
No,
All right, so Roki, I still need Torvar's actual roll now.
no. I rolled twice. They rolled exactly the same.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So 17, 22, 12, 17. All right. Stark and Will, both that's one level of exhaustion for you. As well, Stark, like you guys all already had pelts. You weren't quite sure why you needed to add another layer necessarily. But man, it is, especially the higher you guys start to go,
That
definitely the
plate
colder
armor.
it gets.
The law of thermodynamics is applying.
Yeah, the plate armor it seems to be sapping the heat rather than
Containing it.
keeping it
Don't you
contained.
have heat metal?
Ew.
Just keep that pumping at all
Are you
times.
allowed to
For the
regulate
Freebird.
exactly how much heat you're applying to the metal?
No, I don't.
That would be a
believe
really
so.
creative use of it, though. To be honest, Will, yeah, you didn't really think about the arms or the legs a whole lot, and your poncho keeps flipping over your head a little bit, and it's like you're not even wearing it half the time. You guys are struggle bussing a little bit, but the rest of you are not doing too bad. I mean, it's still cold, but you're not really feeling the effects necessarily.
I'll after a few times of Will's poncho pelt failing, I'll yell at him. If you want me to make you some a pelt cloak, let me know.
No, I'm fine. Not that
There's
cold.
there's a little like shiver to his voice as he says it. All right, so who's leading the charge, and what is the attempt is to track whatever beastie did all this?
Yes, I will lead.
This bear dragon.
Torvar will assist.
Okay, so either both roll a survival check or one with advantage.
You do it. Wait. Hold
I
on.
have a +7. What does Torvar have?
Not that. Go ahead.
It was decided.
I'm sorry, this will be a straight, it's not going to matter. I was going to say this is going to be a straight roll because I was going to give you disadvantage because
Oh,
of
okay.
basically the flurry you
I'll
guys were
take a
going.
26.
Yeah, 26. Okay, 26.
I mean, we better know the
To track a
the
dragon in a
latitude and
snowstorm.
longitude of this man.
I mean, that's not a. That's
We
only.
need
That
the
was only a 19.
geospatial coordinates of this dragon on this mountain. I need within 1 meter.
26, a 26, a 26.
I mean, I'll just take the
Roki,
location of the cave he's in.
Roki licks one feather. And wait, do you have feathers or fingers?
Yep. Fingers?
Do you have fingers?
I think so. Yes.
All right. Roki licks one finger and holds it up, and it's like a blizzard. It's going-
Instantly freezes like his fingertip. Okay, so
Guys, the dragon's that way. Point finger.
thankfully, there started to be quite a grade going up or down the mountain, either way. And because of that, there's a lot of snow that you still see bare ground. Snow is starting to drift, but there's still some bare ground. And you don't see footprints of any sort of beast necessarily, but you do see some rather large humanoid footprints that, especially with the 26, you would think probably belong to the Cyclops. And so,
heading towards the cave we came from or away?
well, you basically, so what kind of how I was going to describe this is it's kind of like you guys find a little set and then there's nothing, there's snow everywhere. And then you kind of wander a little bit and you find another set and you kind of are starting to figure out the direction that the Cyclops came from. You still have not seen any sort of beastie signs or footprints or anything yet.
Okay. I'm just going to follow those tracks then.
Because after all, bear dragons can fly.
Apparently.
But you guys, it's a very slow going, especially with the snow that's now starting to, when it's drifting, I mean, it's like getting up to mid-thigh. For the most part, it's like ankle height, it's a couple inches, but it's definitely slow going. And you guys left about 12 at noon, 1 o'clock. And you do this the rest of the day. You spend, you kind of just hopscotch, and it's leading up the mountain too. So between the flurries and everything else, you'd figure you've probably traveled, I mean, close to 1.5 miles, not in a straight line up the mountain, mind you, but overall, you've traveled up the mountain quite a ways, and you guys are starting to get pretty close to like the peak. You guys aren't there, but you guys are way, way high up. And when you look back down the way you came, it's not like you guys can see ground anymore. That's for sure. But that was, you spent 8 hours basically trekking through the snow. And definitely the higher up you get, obviously the worse it is to travel, but also the snow is a little thinner too, because there's less moisture up here. So the sun, well, you gather the sun has gone down because now any sort of light is starting to diminish. If you would like to continue, you can, but it is now basically nighttime.
Nope. We're gonna thud it up.
Okay.
Warm back up.
I'm gonna cast Thud as a ritual.
Party's a tad impatient with Yaru and the 10-minute cast time.
Do you want
casting it as a ritual?
Do you want a Thud or not? Oh, I guess I don't have to, right?
No, you can do it in a minute. You haven't used a single spell slot since we leveled up. You should be fine.
Man. Well, that is fine. Give me 1 minute, actually. I may, well, oh, that's cool. Okay, so Yaru makes the thud. You guys finally starts in the fingertips and kind of de-thaw yourselves inward. And my computer is dying. Please don't do that. Are you guys taking watches? Or are you just going to sleep soundly through the night and get this thing over with?
Watch.
Okay.
Sleep.
I
with
don't
wide open.
technically sleep, so
Say I'll
You have 4
sleep.
hours of sleep. You're still unavailable to the outside
So
world, essentially.
I recently heard that people rule elves as, or I guess people who meditate, as being like aware of their surroundings. They're just meditating. So like,
Go
I've
ahead
heard
and link
people
the
do-
thing. I've always
it was just
read it as, yeah,
it was, I mean, it depends on how you interpret meditation.
Sure.
If you're like conscious and aware.
I mean, I
during
would say it's
meditation.
definitely a lesser sort of awareness. Like you're not fully aware,
Yeah,
but
so
it's not like
like-
you're completely. It's not like you're unconscious.
right. So I think that's more of a DM thing. It's interesting. I haven't heard of that
Traits.
before.
Elves don't need to sleep. They meditate deeply, remaining semi-conscious for 4 hours a day. You dream. I think I'll probably go, just so you guys are aware, somewhere in the middle, right? So you aren't knocked out sleeping, but you also, like, if Will was outside the thut and was like, "Hey, Yaru," you wouldn't immediately be like, "Yeah, what's up?"
Right. Yeah, that's fine.
So generally when things are unconscious or semi-conscious,
But if there
their
was a
passive
loud
perception,
noise-
everything- yes, everything takes a hit, and you would be taking less of a hit than sleeping humans or something, right? So
Okay.
I found out that Warforged are completely like they cannot move or do anything, but they're completely aware of their surroundings when they're sleeping.
Oh, really?
sentry mode, baby.
Yep.
Nice. No, I'll still take a watch and stuff.
Okay, well,
I
let's
will
go
Take a
ahead and get
watch.
I will take a
Perception
watch
checks with-
for the 2
Will is
hours.
sleeping with one eye open.
What does that even
Okay.
mean? He's actually asleep.
Nah,
right?
he's sleeping. He's
Yeah.
sleeping. He's sleeping.
He's
Another
sleeping.
level of
Asterisk.
exhaustion?
No, it means he's
perception
sleeping.
checks.
Go ahead.
Anybody else? Right when I start the sentence, anybody else want to start something too?
Sorry.
Nobody? Okay, no, you're fine. Perception
is
checks
gonna-
with disadvantage for first shift.
I'll take first.
And
You
here
opened
comes
yourself
Dragon,
up
I
for
have not
that.
played. Disadvantage on the perception check, sir, as the snow has not let up, and if anything, it's only
That's a disadvantage, right? Yeah, okay.
Guess
That's
what?
ridiculous.
This
That's
man
ridiculous.
His
I'm not
third,
aware.
his
Yeah,
third
that's-
eye is just wide open.
last 4 rolls are a 19, a 17, a natural 20, and a natural 20.
I've never seen that.
I'm
It's
done.
incredible.
I love
Putting one
that.
on my head.
Yeah, you should stop rolling now.
All right. Well, Roki, with a natural 20, sure. So you had the first. If everybody's doing a shift, that's 2-hour shift. It's kind of nearing the end of your shift. You see one set of eyes that's kind of definitely still a ways off, and really you kind of just see there's a silhouette of some 4-legged beast, kind of a little bit down the ways a little bit. But
It's a
Like-
bear.
Does it have
Does
wings?
it look like it's like hunting
it's a
us?
small. It's a.
Oh, it's the wolf.
It's pretty low to the ground, but this the silhouette only reaches 5-6 feet in the air, if that.
Was it
It's not-
taller than the wolf that we left previously?
This is probably the wolf that you met previously.
Okay. But he
With a
can
natural 20, I'll let you have that.
Okay.
2 natural 20s.
How far away is he? Are we talking
He's still,
like
well,
50?
with the flurry, like honestly, he's actually really, really close, but with visibility, even with a natural 20, he's like 15 feet away.
Oh, okay.
And
Then-
he's kind of just, it's not even circling, but you can just tell that he's kind of just watching intently.
I'm gonna take any leftover food that I have at scrap or whatever and throw it towards him.
Important to note, because I've been asking you guys to keep track of daily rations, scratch off daily rations for this last day, for the day's travel. And if you haven't, I think this is the 3rd or 4th, so just give yourself like 6 days rations. Because I know I don't want it to be real tedious, but you guys are on a mountain, so food isn't exactly plentiful.
Sure.
And if you're going to throw some scraps or anything,
Not like a full ration, but like
yeah, we'll do. just for ease's sake, we'll just say it's a half day's rations.
Okay.
Because you guys can survive. You guys can survive on pretty little, so even half of that isn't really that much food.
9.5 it is.
Okay, so you chuck it out, and initially you see the jolt back, and then the slow, steady forward, and he kind of grabs it, and turns around and heads off back into the ether. Really, I mean, you just kind of see him disappear.
Okay.
Another 20-30 minutes go by, and your shift is up.
Wake up, Stark.
Who's up next?
It's me.
Stark, same thing, disadvantage.
Ugh.
The snow has not. The snow is starting. Can things get through? Like natural things get through the thut?
No.
Okay, so by this time, snow is starting to like gather at the corners of the thut, and it's slowly starting to like creep its way up a little bit.
Like
it's
an
not like you
inverted
guys can't
snow
see.
globe.
It's starting to be an igloo is what's going on.
Stark isn't sure he even has a third eye.
Stark,
did you
who knows?
Is that the robot dragon bear?
Oh, wait, did I turn?
Yes. Yes, you
Whoops.
did.
Yes, you did.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's why I was like, why?
I was changing some keybinds. I must have turned it on accidentally. That's my bad.
I got distracted by shoving my or stuffing my armor with the pelts.
I also probably
Okay,
would have
yeah.
like warned Stark of the wolf that
Sure.
I saw,
Yeah. So I would at least be
Okay.
paying attention to the wolf and such like that.
or his
Okay.
direction.
Well,
I
this
should say.
armor is custom fitted to you, so go ahead and make like we'll just like a sleight of hand or something, and this will be your how well you can attach some pelts to you.
Oh, it's going inside, by the way.
Sure.
Oh, as like okay, insulation.
Yes.
I had something mean. I was gonna if you rolled under a 5 there, I was gonna subtract some movement from you because
Hmm.
if you've already got a plate armor set that's custom fitted and you put something on the inside.
I would have just swapped to my Armor of the Infiltrator version then.
All right, so
where
with
I'm
an
not hindered
18,
by movement.
you think you get
penalties.
some on the inside,
Nice.
or well, you think you get some. You kind of stuff things down some of the front of the breastplate, kind of down the back of the legs a little bit. It's not
I
exactly.
mean, I can take it
comfortable
off
anymore.
and put it in.
Your armor, it's magical, but I don't think you can just resize it, can you?
Well, no, I can take it off and line the inside of it though.
It won't fit on the same way.
This
as
is
what
this
you're
is
saying.
all this is all flavor, so it really doesn't matter. But like, if you have perfectly fitted armor and then you put something on the inside, the armor now becomes super tight and then maybe a little uncomfortable. Is what I was getting at. But
We
really,
gotta
it's not good.
you gotta lose your water weight right now. Start doing jumping jacks.
See, I don't know if it's necessarily perfectly fit, but sure.
Start doing Punch of Karma.
You spend the time rather than keeping. I mean, like you're keeping watch, but you spend more time getting fitted with your insulation rather than maybe keeping watch. And thankfully, your watch goes by as well, uneventfully. Next,
All right.
Probably me, right?
Yep. Next
Are you
two.
taking the last
We
two?
got
You usually
Yeah.
do two
Two.
watches, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I'll again tell you about the wolf chilling somewhere. I'm
No.
assuming I didn't see it.
no, nope, he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't make his.
Am I rolling?
Oh yeah,
What am I
even if he
rolling?
was made his
Normally? Am
Go ahead.
I rolling normally?
No. So this isn't a dark vision issue. It's like an opacity issue. Like nobody can see through a snowstorm. So 2 checks with disadvantage, please. And you have to like you have to kind of go out and knock a little bit of the snow down just so you can see outside.
Nice.
Brutal.
Or just a Roki.
There's either
Roll
been
checks.
like this has been such a wild day of rolling. Like fail or critical success.
I made
Of
up
all
for
the
it.
times
My
you go,
second
nah,
round.
I don't need to put something on the random encounter table. The night goes by uneventfully, and you like get tired. So you get tired of knocking the snow off, and you just let it build up. It's fine. Nobody, if you can't see them, they can't see you, sort of thing.
Can you
and
use the
quickly
P
before-
spell to make it go away?
before anybody wakes up, you knock off the snow, and voila, it is bright and early Thursday morning.
Prestidigitation.
Still snowing.
Boom.
Prestidigitation to get all the snow out of there. That was impressive. Props.
Where do you have it? Like, do you have a sticky note? Where it's like
No, I don't have anything like
It
that.
wouldn't surprise me.
Let's go ahead and get some Constitution saving throws going, por favor.
Let's roll it.
Yep. I saw
Wait,
that coming.
wait. Take off disadvantage.
Installation did what it needed to do.
I used all my luck on that last roll.
Seriously.
8. Important to note that I can't remember the two that failed. Oh, Will and Stark, your level of
Yes!
exhaustion is gone now.
Yes.
Okay, so we need
Rovar's
one.
made
Oh
of
no,
different
you rolled
stuff.
as Yaru. Okay.
He's built different.
So Roki and Yaru, it's unfortunately the thought doesn't just fade away. It's there and then it's gone. So a little bit of like snow that was left way up on top that you hadn't quite cleared, Yaru. As soon as the thought goes away, oh, it got right down the back of your shirt a little bit.
Tough.
And Roki, your hollow
to
bones,
see
man, your bird bones, they weren't made for this sort of weather. One level of exhaustion for both of you.
Cool.
21, 20. Oh yeah, you guys are fine. Okay. Let's go ahead. A new day, more snow. You guys, you still know the direction that the Cyclops are coming from, but go ahead and make a whoever's going to roll, if you want to do the same thing as last time, just a straight survival check if someone's helping you, Roki, or one with disadvantage, 2 people with disadvantage.
Okay.
I mean,
Nice.
Okay, 23. That's odd. Why would a tree? So there's a you see, like, you guys kind of get out, spread. You go for a nice little morning flight to get the wings pumping, get the blood pumping, and there's like a tree that's felled, which isn't anything really noteworthy, other than it's not like the whole root system came up. It's like it was just snapped like 6-7 feet in the air, and is splintered. You know, the stump is still there, and then the tree is splintered next to it.
Sounds like the work of a bear.
Yeah,
Very
I
tall-
told you
tall bear.
guys. No one listened to me. No one listens to Will.
Is the like top half of the tree laying on the ground somewhere?
Yeah, so it's right next to it. So it's stump,
Okay.
and then if it fell over, and then like it didn't, but if it would have just snapped right there, it's only like 3, 4, 5 feet away on the ground. The rest
Okay.
of the tree.
I guess inspect the snap. See if something
Okay.
snapped it or if it was a natural snap.
Okay. We'll do another survival check. And you're up and close, so it's just we'll make it a straight check.
But I'm also exhausted, I think, so I get disadvantage on that.
I can't remember. Isn't it just half your movement for one level of exhaustion?
No, I think it's disadvantage
Should
on
know
ability
this.
checks.
yes, I believe that's right.
I guess Google will be faster than.
Oh my god, what is this? This night's cursed.
Disadvantage on ability
That's
checks.
a lot of
yeah.
crit fails. Not gonna lie.
So 19 and an 8. Okay. Unfortunately, it's almost like the both ends where it has snapped. It has been packed with snow and ice and is basically frozen solid. So you can't get at any sort of where the break was actually at to see what broke it. But definitely this is. No, I'm not even giving you that. You rolled a natural one. No,
Yeah, no.
I'm too nice.
Torvar comes
mean,
over.
No,
It's
there is
technically
snow.
8. There's no like natural one like fails. It's an 8, but yeah.
Torvar
What I
comes
was going to
over.
give you was pretty generous, though. So
Okay.
Torvar comes over and knocks the snow and ice off of one end.
okay, make a strength check.
Where's my strength? Where's my strength? Oh,
I told you.
Wow.
I have
That's-
a 4 in strength.
Did Torvar forget to stretch?
Yeah, he's tight.
Roki looks over at Torvar like, yeah, it's cold.
Torvar looks back over at Roki, and he's just like,
So you do, I don't know, you grab your great axe and you know this is going to be your ice chipper, right? And you take a big old overhead swing and hit the ice and then ricochet off. And thankfully it hits the ground, but not quite before nicking you right in like the anterior calf, the shin.
so
And
Torvar does that thing that we've all seen our dad do, where he accidentally like step his toe and just kind of like stalk around while not making many noises.
Torvar takes 6 damage.
No, he
I
hates
say,
it.
shouldn't he have just rolled an attack roll and not a strength check? If he was using
No,
his
well, there's no
axe?
reason to make an attack roll on something that's not moving.
I mean, I guess.
But-
I don't know. I've seen that other places. I was just asking.
Well, that-
There's a little indent in it from what you did, Torvar, but no closer to ascertaining what
Can I try
what
again?
happened here.
how many times
Okay.
will you let me retry? That's the question I should really ask.
It's going to be a higher DC each time. Now you're not raging, but you are simmering. Go ahead and make another strength check.
I will back up further away.
There we go. Oh, that was a save. Hold on,
24.
sorry.
Oh,
Eh.
you rolled a 1 and a 2. Okay, well, you were smart enough this time to get your foot out of the way. But it's like the same thing. Like you take a little chunk of ice off, but like this thing has been frozen for quite some time, apparently, if it's not responding to your great axe swings.
I'm gonna try one more time.
I come up to Torvar and I put my hand on his shoulder, like, just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, Torvar throws him off and he grasps the axe, like, like gets his really like tenses up, flexes. He's gonna really take it to it this time.
Okay.
I hope.
You envision the Cyclops' leg like you had in the previous fight. And with the 14, that would have done it on attempt number 1 and attempt number 2, but not attempt number 3.
I'm going to help the poor guy out.
So what, 19?
So it makes it a 19.
Okay. So just before Torvar gets ready to swing, you're like, hey, dummy, how about you try like maybe an inch above where the ice is at? And sure enough, you hit the wood and easily slice into the wood, which takes a chunk of the wood and the ice with it, potentially maybe some of the evidence of what you were.
Well, hold
trying
on
to
a second. I wasn't
ascertain.
trying to cut the wood. I was just trying to knock the ice off.
This is all flavor.
Okay.
But I mean, it's still frozen, but there's definitely more of the splintered part of the trunk is showing now.
Can we
Torvar
inspect
gives
it now.
Torvar gives a bellow of victory, and then he just points at Stark, like,
I'll just give him a nod.
Reroll, sir. I can't remember. Did I have you roll survival first time?
Yeah,
Okay.
disadvantage, right?
We'll say with Torvar's efforts, so I'll be nice. Straight roll.
Okay.
17.
Better.
At first, so you had better. You didn't have much luck starting where everything was splintered and frozen, so you started a little higher on the tree, and you see these like holes in the tree that at first you like, oh, that's just like a woodpecker hole. I don't know, whatever birds make holes. And then you realize like there's too many of them, and some of them start as holes and then they scrape across the rest of the tree trunk. And you kind of put one of your talons into the hole, and it's like a solid like 6-inch deep gouge. And with the 17, like you guys are starting to put some pieces together, like a fang, some sort of fang, tooth, claw.
Dragon.
something.
Will's gonna speak up and say, I think that's what bears do.
It's a burr.
I don't think bears have fangs.
Oh no, but I'm pretty sure they attack trees and ice and rocks and stuff when they're like itchy, you know?
Ruined bears do.
Dragon bears.
Oh shit.
Yeah, something was angry with the tree, and it.
Yara was gonna turn
it won.
to. Sorry, Doc. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Yara was gonna turn to Will and say, "Okay, if that's the case, let's you and I have a bet. I bet it's not a bear. You bet it is a bear. We'll bet 2 gold pieces."
Shake on it.
Yara holds his hand out.
I thought you were betting Torvar's money.
Deal.
Do we have money?
That's not
a good
important.
question.
IOUs.
Well,
Betting
what-
IOUs.
What's important is Will now owes me 2 gold pieces.
What's important is Yara is gonna be missing 2 gold pieces later tonight that will go back into his pocket maybe.
Okay, but this was like relatively close to your thought where you guys encamped at, but you had kind of traveled up the mountain a little bit just to kind of get an idea. And what'd you roll for your initial survival check? 20.
Hey,
Wait, 23?
Me?
Yeah,
One.
to track.
Oh, survival.
Constitution saves, and then a 23. So yeah. 23. Yeah, so basically, there are more trees that have been eviscerated like this than are like left standing. Like up the mountain, more have been snapped, destroyed, all sorts of stuff. Like, you know, they're less standing than you'd think.
So it leaves a pretty clear path.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the 23, yeah.
Okay. Onward.
Okay. And you already rolled your saves, which Roki didn't make it, and neither did Yaru. Okay. Oh, I forgot to enforce my whole mechanic. It's too late now. Okay, so you guys once again a little more bundled up than usual, or not usual, but than yesterday. Trek further up the mountain, and the trees are less sparse too, but it's almost like flagpoles, right? For you to, oh, there's a busted tree. Let's just follow that one. And you guys are starting to traverse up the mountain. Snow has not let up one bit. It's not getting any worse, but it's also not getting any better. So you guys are trudging through the snow, and give me 1 second. Yeah, so you guys spend, this is early morning, so you spend most of your day, I'd say you spend a solid 8 hours. So it's early evening, it's 4 or 5 o'clock at night. But after an arduous trek up the mountain following these busted trees, you guys can like see in the distance, like the apex of the mountain. Like there's it, and then there's just sky above it. So there's nothing really left to climb. And that's pretty far a ways off necessarily, but well, that's not true. Sorry, I'm contradicting myself. The snow is keeping your visibility pretty low still. So disregard everything I just said. But you kind of get to one more tree, and then it's like a scene out of like a horror film, right? You see the snapped tree, you see like what's clearly it's old blood, but you see just this giant, for lack of a better word, skid mark of blood that's still being led up the mountain, but it's definitely been there a long time. But it's kind of, who did we lose? We lost Stark. But is still showing
we
through
lost-
the
we lost,
snow. No, we didn't
we
lose
lost
Stark. We
Roki.
lost Roki. Sorry. But it's showing through the snow.
So do you think that's the power outage?
Yeah,
He's
he
talking
says
about?
power flickered. He said he'll be right back.
Damn.
Just
All
blinked.
right. Has he got something going on?
Tornado.
Yeah, he posted in the chat here. They're under a tornado watch or warning or something.
Just hot swap to the four across view.
All planned out. Oh boy.
I managed to get my second IB reset done, Peter.
You did get it done?
Sorry, what was that?
I got two. I got 2 resets for IB this season.
Nice.
All I have left is 2 more challenges and like 23 more points for the seal.
There you go.
So should be easy to get done. I wanted to get the resets done because they're not gonna have X 2 times.
The double XP.
Yeah, they're not gonna do that next time for sure.
That was exactly my logic behind it. And I think I had 2 more games to finish the final challenge by the time I hit my second reset. So it was like a no-brainer to just play 2 more and get the whole thing finished.
Coffee's ahead of me actually.
Is she?
She has everything but the challenges done.
Wow. That makes sense. She probably doesn't play her other characters. She didn't play them much, did she?
Well, I think she's at like 8 of 12.
Okay. So she did 2 characters then. That's good.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, she'll easily get that next time around then.
We fighting this not dragon, but actually a dragon tonight.
It's a bear. It's a bear.
No,
Tonight, I would hope not.
Okay, good.
no, this will work out nicely. Well, hopefully it works out nicely.
Tomorrow night we have
because-
our first D&D for Chris's campaign.
What?
I'm gonna have back-to-back D&D nights for the foreseeable future.
Oh yeah, because you guys have Wednesdays.
Yeah, should be interesting. Peter's been farming the duality encounter this whole time.
The what?
The duality encounter.
No.
So you've been farming it the whole time.
I was casually doing a solo flawless prophecy, and I just died in the weirdest way I've ever seen.
Gotta love that.
It was misadventure and everything.
Hmm.
Very sad.
All right, I'm back.
Yo, it's the burb, man.
Welcome back.
Hello.
God,
jeez.
gee.
The
What?
bird, man.
Hello. Check.
You
check,
know
check,
exactly
check,
what.
We can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh boy.
We can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay. Okay.
We can hear you.
I wonder if it's just okay. Okay. What was the last thing you heard, Roki?
I don't remember.
I was too busy going, ah, shit.
Too long ago.
So you guys have been kind of hopscotching up the mountain between all these broken trees, and you finally get to one, and it's finally something outside of the norm where it's old, but you can see like crimson red that's coming through the snow, the fresh snow on the ground, and you kind of wipe it away. And there's a rather large, there's a blood spray, but also a blood pool in the ground that's left a pretty significant skid mark up towards the mountain. And you guys follow these heavy drag marks in the snow, and you keep following them, and it kind of gets, there's less and less blood, you assume from less and less blood in the creature, until you kind of get to this, I wouldn't call it a cliff, but it's a crescent shaped like rise. And we'll just move over there now. And hopefully you guys can kind of see the beginning parts of this.
Ooh, that looks fancy.
And
So you guys get to this crescent shaped rise where it's like the at the apex. So like right here, it's like that's a 20-foot high from the snow on the ground to the snow up above. And on either side are two well-worn paths that it's snow, but the snow's been packed down quite a bit. So it's mixed with some mud. It's a little tinted red a little bit. But you see at the base of this rise right here is just gore. There's animal legs. There's I mean, it's just like all sorts of different sorts of like animal pieces have all kind of been thrown in this pit that is just kind of sitting there. There's many more. There's quite a few trees that have been left here, but there are still some snapped off trees that are similar to everything else you've been encountering here. And it's almost hard to point out, but you see kind of way up farther on top of the rise somewhere is like a darker plume of something, like a cone that's coming out, reaching up towards the sky. It sort of undulates a little bit and kind of shifts with the wind.
Like something's breathing type of plume.
Make
Kind of
a perception check. All right. Oh yeah, here's a good test. Can you guys see Will? I just pulled Will's character.
Nope.
No.
What the heck, man? What'd you do to your character?
I did nothing.
You did something. I'll figure it
The
out.
perception at
With disadvantage, yes. No more Mr. Nice Guy. So 17 and a 9.
So a 9 and a 14.
You would still even be able to tell because you can see it that it doesn't seem to be breath, because that would be like that would come in puffs, right?
Right.
There
Yeah.
would be a
That's all I'm
puff
trying to.
and then something. This is a very consistent sort of column of darkness.
So
It's still
closer to
very, very
like
hard
a-
to see.
Like a fire, like smoke from a
Uh,
fire.
It could be, yeah, especially with
Okay.
with like the snow and everything else. Like your guess is as good as mine, but it doesn't necessarily have like the cadence of breath or something like along those lines.
And those are slopes on the sides, like we would be able to walk.
Yes,
up
on
those
either
slopes.
side is well-worn paths that you could potentially walk up.
Okay. And it's still snowing.
Yep, still
What is
snowing.
our
It's like,
visibility range?
so that's a good question. We'll say you have probably
Couple
I think I'm
miles.
gonna do, well, let's be consistent here. But let me hide this so you guys can't see cool stuff. Yeah, it's like 2060. So at 60 is like if you rolled a natural 20, you could see something, but it's very, 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 very hard to see there. At 20 feet, it's hard to see, but you can pick stuff out, right? Like if someone was holding up the number 2 at 20 feet, you could maybe figure that out, that he's holding up the number 2.
Okay, so it's
So-
super low visibility.
2060, yes, super low visibility. And I'm gonna write that down so that way I have that for next time. Just so I have that. But this is, if there's any more questions you'd like to ask, go for it, but this is where we'll call it for the night.
What is the newest thing of gore down there? Is there anything fresh?
So the freshest thing you would see is definitely on top, and it's basically like it's an elk that's like spread eagle, and the entire chest cavity has just been split open, and it's like empty on the inside. There's not any organs left. It's basically
Is there
been picked open.
anything down here that is not fully consumed?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Um,
Are there
And there's like,
droppings?
it's definitely not neat. Like even on the cliff wall behind, droppings, that's a good question. Like there's splatters of blood up on the wall too, all over the snow. Droppings is interesting.
It's got to poop somewhere.
Yeah, it definitely does. I don't know. Yeah, it's got its own little corner, or it's something has a little corner that's Why not? It's basically it's frozen at this point, but like it's a pretty good sized pile that's slowly starting to climb the edge of the cliff. That looks like a lot like a bunch of frozen cow pies together.
Frozen
But
dragon pies.
it's like they're let's see here. What's the
Who's gonna stick their
Each-
thumb in it?
each is it's like volleyball
The
size,
brown
so you can
thumb's the
kind of see
DM.
each addition on top, and each is like volleyball sized.
Interesting.
Each
Can I do
did
a,
you-
a survival check, see what animal that is?
Did you say what this is? It looks like there's like bones on. Like,
yeah, so that like the biggest thing is
okay, so that's not like actually on above the tree. That's just
oh
whatever
no,
whatever
that's
you're using
probably-
there.
Oh yeah, I think that was a sticker I put on top, and I
Okay,
couldn't layer
cool.
that under
That's
the
just that
yeah.
that's fine.
animal
that's fine.
carcass. That's what it is.
Okay.
Um,
I may have missed that part of the description.
nope. What was
I
your
was just
question,
like-
Rock? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Would I be able to determine the type of animal from the droppings?
Oh, right. Survival check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage is on, survival is on.
12. It's not a bear.
Yaru turns to Will and says, "Pay up." How's
Yeah,
that?
I
Right
look-
now? Is this really the time?
Yes, it is the time. We might die.
We
in the
will handle
next-
this after we fight the dragon bear. Okay?
I see how it is. You're gonna try to skip out on our bet. Where's your honor?
I look at Yaru
There's
like,
no honor on this mountain. There's a dragon up here.
after the dragon.
Yaru, you so you're kind of down inspecting the doo-doo, and there's like a little bit of there's a pile of snow that kind of brushes off your shoulder to the side that came from above, and as you look up, you see a masked isn't the right word, a armored head poking over, like on all fours, looking over the side of the cliff at you,
Like a
right
humanoid?
about there.
Armored.
It's
armored
it's a
bear.
human-sized head, yeah.
Uh-oh.
And that's where we're gonna call it.
Wait, where was I
Dun,
standing? Was I
dun.
standing over here?
Done. And which you guys, it was hard to see, and you didn't really see till it all happened. You guys could be where you want, but for Roki to have inspected the poo and gotten all that information, he would have had to be closer, for
Yep.
sure.
That's fine.
Do you want to double check real quick and see if my token is still attached to my character sheet?
Yes, I did, and it still said you were. In players' journals can be controlled and edited by. You can see it in the journal, right? Like you have access to your character sheet.
Yeah.
But the
And I even-
token itself? I don't know. That's weird. Can you drag somebody else out? Make sure that.
Here's Yaru on the right hand side.
Yep, I see
Yep.
that.
Stark,
Yep.
Roki,
Yep.
Will.
Nope.
Nope.
That's so weird.
Go
Thought I
go
could trick it.
go into see permissions again, and what does it say?
It keeps undoing that. So I clicked player permission C. It saved settings. Do you see him now?
Is he on the GM layer, or what layer is he on?
No, he's on the token layer.
What
I
the
don't have
hell?
any idea.
Can you
Representative
relink,
third.
relink
R.I.P.
the
Will.
token?
Yeah, let's just try that. Let's try to.
I hate to
I'm
see
gonna do
it.
everything. I'm gonna delete you from the
Bye-bye.
journal and then I'll add you back.
Yeah, delete him from the journal completely?
Delete it
That,
from the game.
that's gonna delete
Yeah,
his
no, no.
character sheet, isn't it?
Completely. Nope. I just meant in his journal. I took access away from him. And I'm giving it
Oh,
back.
okay.
So I gave you access back.
But that wouldn't affect us though, would it?
Yeah, I know. I'm.
That's weird. I have no idea.
I wonder. I don't know if I just accidentally clicked.
I actually have a really easy way to solve this, Doc.
Okay.
All right, that's it.
Kill
for tonight.
Will next session.
Thanks for
Make him make a
watching.
new character. Boom, problem solved.